Nothing hurt. What's up everyone, A-Aron here, back for my 11th reaction video, and today we're going to be reacting to someone brand new to me, and that is Tommy Johansson. It says he's a Swedish guitarist and singer. Notice the work for the guitarist for the power metal band Sabaton, and is a lead vocalist and guitarist, so he sings and plays guitar. Now we're going to be reacting today to his rendition of Phantom of the Opera. So I'm certainly picturing something like Night Wish or something to that effect. But without further ado, let's dive right in. Wow, this is powerful. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I was expecting, but first and foremost, this is a full-on production, and the whole stage and everything, the scene is incredible. So, you know, I definitely, that's the first thing I notice. I mean, you see the dungeon, the lair, and then his eyes, like kind of that evil eyes, lights flash, and he slams the door. I paused right here because I even wrote it down, actually, the picture on the wall, and I'm not sure I followed that one. I think a lot of the things I understood, but this picture and that book, I'm not quite sure what the storyline is there yet. But I love how he said, my power over you, power over, like something to that effect. Like he emphasized power. Yeah, and I noticed that there was, at first I thought there was smoke coming up from the pictures in the book, but it looks like it was the image kind of going into a ghost. Now, he did have that mask, but I was wondering, why was it not a phantom mask, right? With the half face, clearly trying to put a spin on this and convey a new storyline, which, you know, if he's going to do a solo, presentation, I think is necessary because, you know, the actual storyline of this, for those that don't know, and just, we're going to take a quick sidestep. I'm going to keep it quick though, I promise. For those that don't know about Phantom of the Opera, right? You know, first and foremost, for me, it takes on special meaning. I absolutely adore Phantom of the Opera. I've seen it live. In fact, it was the very first play I ever saw live in 8th grade. My band went from Detroit and drove up to Toronto, and we saw the performance live. And I still to this day remember the drama of the chandelier actually falling and the imagery, especially with the boat in the water and the smoke on the stage and everything. It was incredible, and the sounds, and it was unbelievable. And I've become a Phantom fan since, and I've learned all of the music on the piano and singing and everything. I'm just a huge fan of it, right? And so kind of the storyline here is that the Phantom lives in the basement, I call it the lair, of an opera house. And, you know, the main character, Christine, continues to hear this Phantom. And this song is starting to set place where they actually meet physically, at least to my understanding, for the first time. And he guides her into that, right? And he starts to talk about some of these lyrics. I guess I could pull up the lyrics. Yeah, so it starts with Christine singing. And so he's doing the voice of Christine. But she does start on a lower octave for a female voice, right? So he starts in his comfort zone. In sleep he sang, right? So it's a comfortable range. But in dreams he came, so she talks kind of about these sounds and everything, right? And do I dream again? For now I find the Phantom of the Opera is there in my mind. That's the name of the person, right? The Phantom of the Opera. And then he comes in with a really strong tone. In most of the versions, sing once again, right, like the operatic stuff. Our strange duet, and though what you see here, and this is more or less where I've stopped it, and though you turn from me, that's a duet, right? Both Christine and Phantom they're walking down the lair, and you know she starts singing, then he jumps in saying, "Hey, you know I'm here," and then they start singing a duet, right? Here. So at least looking at his facial gestures, either he is singing the upper range and he has incredible control, or he's singing the lower range there, because up until that higher note in the upper octave, the Phantom, it looked like he was very, very comfortable, and then he strained a little bit. So I'm not quite sure if he's doubling over on this or if that's his voice or what. But this presentation is fantastic. He has an interesting tone to his voice. I think it works for this. It's different. Typically, people have more of an operatic sound, but I think it works really well for the Christine part. Although I'm not hearing a lot of differentiation between him and Christine, right? Like where we hear, you know, those who have seen your face draw back in fear. And then I am the mask you wear. And then typically you hear Phantom say, it's me they hear, right? And so he's almost seamlessly weaving back and forth between these. And so I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure it's a choice. I'm sure, you know, he's chosen to do that. But I like the difference of the sound. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. No, it's Christine. Ah! Ooh. Duet. The lights. Going to do the upper part. Oh! Well, it's him. Okay, so I'm not sure I understand completely the storyline there, and I'm gonna take a stab at it, but I might completely misinterpret that. So my big disclaimer is I'm not sure. So I appreciate any comments on that. But this was powerful. Wow, I did not expect him to take it up. And it's not just that that's high, but the vocal agility on that is extremely difficult, right? Right? Like, I'm not even sure I could do it. And that's super high, right? Really fast. And he continues to hold that while maintaining that tone. I will say it wasn't necessarily the most beautiful tone, but for a male voice, very, very impressive. And then that high note, I know a lot of females struggle with that. Now, I'm not sure it was exactly in the same key as the original, and therefore the same tone. But nevertheless, this was an impressive performance. And again, production is the right term. Production. Wow, I'm excited about this artist that clearly is a superstar that I know nothing about. I know so little about any Swedish artist, so this is exciting. I'm definitely going to have to follow more of Tommy. Let's take a stab at kind of the storyline. And again, I'm probably going to get it very wrong, and so my apologies. But I'm going to think out loud because I haven't given it much thought. But in general, I think that, we see the picture. And so first of all, it's just him. Right? And he's talking, and so then we see the picture on the wall and we see the memory book. And so the only thing I can interpret from that is he's communicating with some ghost of the past or somebody that maybe previously owned that estate, and referencing the picture there and the fact that his face is in the book at the end means that he's going to eternally be there or something to that effect. The images coming up from the book shows the replacement, or they're coming into... I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pretend I do. I'm sure he wanted to tell the story he wanted to tell. So I can't speak to that, whether that's the correct interpretation. For me, it doesn't have the same impact as... the original storyline with, Christine and him doing the duet and so forth. It's clearly powerful. And I love the little subtle, my power, right? Like I've always loved in a song, emphasizing like a P for power, for example, like power, like it's just so powerful. And I saw he did some of that. I'm guessing now that I think about it, since he did that upper part, that he probably recorded and included as the backing vocals, the duet, right? And just lined that in there. So the other thing that's got me wondering, I didn't think about until just now, is this is all backing band. It said he plays guitar. So is he doing any of that? Is he doing the guitars as well? Let me know in the comments. Okay, well, again, this has been fantastic. I'm super glad I did it. Definitely looking forward to more from him. Like this if you like the channel. If you like this and want to get more, I'll definitely see you in the next one. Thank you much.